What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome to our little corner of the internet. Today we're watching something that is like right up my alley. This is Peek Inside a 1950s Home. I have said so many times that I would love to see like more of what life was like. And this is only 75 years ago. 76. So I'm so excited to see what this video is like. So yeah, without further ado, let's see what this is about.
When you picture life in the 1950s, chances are you also picture a certain kind of home. After years of war and hardship, Americans were ready to embrace stability, family life, and a sense of modern comfort. The post-war boom gave rise to suburban neighborhoods, and the homes reflected the spirit of the times. So let's take a peek.
I already want to be there. Look at all the neighbors together sitting down because they don't have phones or TVs. They probably have TVs, but anyways, they still spend time together. All the kids knew each other. Lovely.
Neighborhoods, and the homes reflected the spirit of the times. So let's take a peek into a typical 1950s home and remember every detail inside and out. Thank you to the sponsor of this video, Legacy Box. The first impression came from the curb. Ranch-style houses were everywhere, though Cape Cods and split levels were common too. They were usually low and wide, with simple roof lines, brick or painted siding, and plenty of cheerful pastels trimmed in white.
This also reminds me a lot of my grandparents' house in Finland. It's kind of the same style, and they built it themselves, and all the houses in that neighborhood are kind of the same style. And that was around maybe 50 years ago or so, a little bit more.
Picture window stretched across the front of the living room, and the driveway led to either a one-car garage or a carport. Lawns were mowed short, hedges clipped neatly, and flower beds lined the walkways. Families took pride in their outdoor spaces, and many decorated them with bird baths or even a flagpole right out front. As you step through the front door, you'd likely find yourself right in the living room, maybe standing on a piece of linoleum that indicated the small entryway. One thing you might notice is how small the living room was, especially when it was filled with large pieces of furniture. By the mid-1950s, many homes still had large
Those side lamps are bigger than her.
filled with large pieces of furniture. By the mid-1950s, many homes still had large radios as centerpieces, but the new television was quickly replacing it, often housed in a wooden console, with rabbit ear antennas perched on top. Families gathered around to listen together to a nightly broadcast, or for those lucky ones, to watch I Love Lucy and the Honeymooners. Furniture mixed comfort and style back then. Sofas and chairs came in tweed or floral patterns, and many were covered in clear plastic slipcovers to keep them spotless. A small coffee table might hold ashtrays, candy dishes, or ceramic figurines, while lamps with fiberglass shades stood on the end tables, with magazines like Life or McCall's stacked nearby. On the walls you could find long window drapes framing the window, and a soft paint color accenting a collection of framed portraits of the family. It was both comfortable and
It's really, really pretty. The couches also were really pretty, but I haven't really seen couches like that nowadays. I think now what the new kind of trending style is like quite minimalistic and how would you say it? Peaceful, like natural colors. Um, but that type of couch would be a nice statement piece. And also, what is that in the middle? Is that an ashtray or what?
formal
That looks like
collection of
like the world globe. I don't know, that's cool.
framed portraits of the family. It was both comfortable and formal, making it the perfect place to invite company over or to listen to a sales pitch from a door-to-door salesman. The kitchen, however, was where homemakers spent most of their days. Bright, colorful, and efficient kitchens of the 1950s embraced many modern conveniences. Cabinets were painted white or pastel shades of turquoise, yellow, or even pink, with chrome handles gleaming under bright fluorescent lights. Formica countertops often had speckled or boomerang patterns, edged in shiny
What did I just watch? Look at that fridge.
or even pink, with chrome handles gleaming under bright fluorescent lights. Formica countertops often had speckled or boomerang
Why is that not a thing anymore? Why are there like the pull-out? That would be so convenient.
Patterns, edged in shiny chrome trim. On the floor, patterned linoleum covered the area, which made cleaning up spills easier than ever. Appliances came in the same pastels. Refrigerators, ovens, and even mixers matched the cabinets. A percolator bubbled on the counter, next to a chrome toaster and maybe even a Sunbeam Mixmaster. And right in the center sat the classic chrome and formica dinette set, with vinyl chairs in bright red, aqua, or lemon yellow. Calendars from local businesses hung on the wall, novelty salt and pepper shakers sat on the table, and embroidered tea towels brightened the room. For everyday meals, the family would gather in the kitchen, but many homes also had a dining room. Here, the mood was more
Ugh. I wish it was like this nowadays too. It was so homey and wholesome. And life was probably quite peaceful. Look at those kids.
formal. Heavy wooden tables were set with lace tablecloths, polished silverware, and
This is something that my grandma still has in her home for sure. The kitchen and then the dining room is apart, and they have a lot of those. Well, she has a lot of those tablecloth. What is it called? Tablecloths that are white and detailed.
china reserved for guests. A buffet might hold the good serving dishes, while a chandelier or frosted glass pendant lit the table during holidays
And chandeliers.
and Sunday dinners. Bedrooms in these small homes were usually limited to 2, and they were very modest, but they continued the same sense of order and comfort. Parents often had matching bedroom sets, headboards, nightstands, dresser, and mirror, all in maple or walnut. Quilted bedspreads covered the beds, with ruffled curtains on the windows. Children's rooms were playful, with twin beds, toy chests, and sometimes even themed bedding. You could find golden books or even comics on the shelves. And for teenagers, a record player spinning 45s was a prized possession.
I love it.
The lone hallway bathroom was always quite small, but it certainly made up for it in color. Pastel tiles in pink, aqua, or mint green covered the walls, often trimmed with black or burgundy.
This is so fun and cute too. I'm not a huge fan of the wood color with the pastel. I would go for white or black or some different type of, or maybe dark brown wood color instead of that, or orange. And I'm just not a big fan of the orange wood. But that's so cute and fun. Like, I guess you can get bored of it quite easily, but I just feel like nowadays nobody does anything like that.
Sink, toilet, and tub usually match those tiles. While some bathrooms were carpeted, others just had coordinated accessories, like fuzzy toilet seat covers, matching towels, and colorful bath mats to complete the look. Then there was the mirrored medicine cabinet above the sink. It was filled with all the essentials: lozenger tins, Old Spice, mercurochrome, and powders for just about everything. Some homes also had a basement or den, often paneled in knotty pine. This was a more casual family space, sometimes with a bar and vinyl stools, or even a hi-fi system for spinning records. It's also where board games would come out, where puzzles were spread across card tables, and where kids could play while the adults relaxed. And then there was the backyard. which became an extension of the family's living space. A simple charcoal grill was often set up on the patio, ready for weekend cookouts. A couple of aluminum lawn chairs with colorful woven webbing could be found, and a patio table might hold some potato salad or even lemonade.
Yummy.
Children played on swing sets and
Potato salad. I love potato salad. It's just so beautiful. It feels so light. Also, the woman looks so pretty with her outfit and her makeup on and everything. Was this the time where they had to be like perfect housewives? You know, there was a time when they would take like depression medication in the morning to have more energy to be able to clean the house and take care of the kids and put makeup on and be the perfect wife, and a lot of women were very sad in that era, but looking good.
Sprinklers were often used to cool them off in the summer. A clothesline stretched across the yard and was filled with freshly washed laundry swaying in the breeze. The backyard was a pretty special place where neighbors talked, kids played until dark, and where the smell of freshly cut grass could be found on the weekend. Put all this together, and you start to feel the atmosphere of a 1950s home.
Also, in the, like, not even long ago, before the first, like, phones. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Before the first phones and all of that, when you would move into an apartment, even then you would go and say hi to your neighbors and be like, hi, I just moved, I'm your neighbor. Da, da, da. Nowadays, you don't do that. When did people become so antisocial?
These houses are much smaller than what we're used to today, around 1,000 square feet, but every inch was considered. These homes were reflections of the American dream, representing both optimism and pride. From the picket fence outside to the pastel tiles inside, a 1950s home embodied the post-war dream of prosperity and family life. The 1950s home was a place where televisions could be seen glowing through the front window, Formica countertops sparkled in the kitchen, and ashtrays sat on nearly every table. A place where all the details, from ceramic trinkets to water sprinklers, told the story of an era that was uniquely its own. Recollection Road loves to recommend Legacy Box because we both in photos recollection and shared with family and friends.
No. Oh, I'm going out of the frame. Okay, the last part is just an advert, guys. But that was so cool to see. I mean, there was nothing that was really unexpected, but I don't know, it just feels so how would you say it? Like, just happy. I like it. And I really like the idea of like being in a neighborhood and grilling with your neighbors and, you know, the kids playing outside, and life felt less complicated, even though in many ways it was probably more complicated. So, yeah. But either way, guys, maybe we should arrange like neighborhoods where you could live like in the 1950s. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.